I dropped my bag by the sofa and stretched out my arms. "You sure Liam won't be long?" I asked, trying to sound casual. Mrs. Harrington tilted her head, smiling faintly as she poured wine into a glass. "It's Isabel, Adrian. You don't need to call me Mrs. Harrington anymore?" The way she said my name made me straighten up. "Right, Isabel. Still feels strange. You've been in this house since you were 10. Strange would be pretending you're a guest." She sank into the armchair across from me, her legs crossing, the hem of her dress shifting higher than it should have. I swallowed and reached for the remote. He said he'd just pick up something with his dad? That's what he said. She swirled her wine and took a slow sip, which means they'll talk, argue, and get distracted. You know how men are. I laughed lightly. "Not all men." Her eyes flicked up. "No, not all." The silence stretched. I focused on the television screen, not even registering what was playing. The air between us felt heavy. "You've grown," she said suddenly. I turned my head. "What?" "Your voice, your shoulders. I still remember the boy who used to eat cereal at this table every morning before school. Now you walk in, and I hardly recognize you." I scratched my neck, unsure what to do with the compliment. Guess university changes a guy, not just university. She leaned forward slightly, her perfume drifting toward me. "Life has given you something confidence, maybe? Or maybe you finally see how women look at you." I shifted uncomfortably. "Isabel, that's relaxed," she said softly, smiling again. "It's just an observation." Tried to focus on the screen, but her presence pressed in. Every small movement she made felt louder than the television. She set her glass down and asked, "Do you have someone special?" The question caught me off guard. Not really. Not really. Or not at all. She tapped a finger against the rim of her glass. "Hard to believe." "Why?" "'Cause women aren't blind. And you, Adrian, are far from ordinary." My throat tightened. "You shouldn't say things like that." Her eyes didn't leave mine. "Why not?" "Because Liam is my best friend, and you're his mom." She tilted her head, lips curving in a knowing smile. "Interesting answer." "Interesting how?" "You didn't say I was wrong. You just said I shouldn't say it." I shifted on the couch, desperate to change the subject. "So how's work? Liam said you've been busy." Her smile softened. "Busy, yes. Lonely too." She stood and walked to the window, her figure outlined by the streetlight outside. "When a house empties, it gets quiet in ways people don't understand. You'll see one day." I stood too, unsure why. "You're not alone. You have family." She turned, eyes sharp. "Family isn't the same as company." I didn't know how to respond, so I stayed still. She stepped closer, glass dangling. In her hand, "You still look at me the way you did when you were younger," she said. My stomach dropped. "What do you mean?" You looked at me like I was someone out of reach. "I'd catch you staring." "Do you remember?" He shot to my face. "I was a kid. You're not a kid anymore." Her voice was low, steady. I forced a laugh, trying to shake the weight of her words. "This feels like a trick question." She set her glass on the table and walked past me, her shoulder brushing mine as she reached for the living room door. I turned to follow her, only to hear the sharp click of the lock sliding into place. My pulse jumped. "Why'd you lock it?" Faced me, her hand still on the doorknob. "Because I don't want interruptions." "Interruptions for what?" My voice cracked. "For conversation. For honesty." She let go of the lock and stepped back toward me. "You think I don't notice the way you get nervous around me?" I shook my head quickly. "It's not it." Her eyes narrowed, studying me as if I were an exam she already knew the answer to. "You're loyal. I respect that. But tell me something. If Liam weren't in the picture, would you look at me differently?" I clenched my fists at my sides. "It doesn't matter. He is in the picture. Not what I asked." She closed the gap between us until I could see the reflection of the lamp in her eyes. "Would you?" I stepped back, but the wall caught me. "Isabel, this is wrong." She didn't move away. "Then tell me to stop." My chest heaved as I tried to find the words. My throat was dry. My hands shook. The sound of the television filled the silence, but it felt far away, muted. All I could focus on was the warmth radiating from her body and the way her voice curled around me like smoke. Say the word, Adrian. I'll step back. I stayed frozen, my breath shallow. She tilted her head, her lips close to my ear. Don't tell him you stayed, she whispered, then pulled back just enough for her eyes to lock on mine. The room felt like it was spinning. My best friend's laughter echoed in my memory, his trust, his blind faith in me. Here I was, standing in his house, cornered by the one person I could never want. But I did want her. And that was the most dangerous part. Asterisk, I sat on the edge of the sofa, pretending to focus on the TV. My heart hadn't slowed since the sound of that lock clicking earlier. Isabel re-entered the room and lowered herself beside me, closer than before. The cushions dipped, pulling me toward her. You're too quiet, she said. I'm thinking about me. I swallowed hard. About Liam. She laughed softly. You always protect him. That hasn't changed. He's my best friend. Of course I do. Her shoulder brushed mine. And who protects you? I glanced at her. I don't need protecting. Everyone needs it. Even men who pretend to be strong. I'm not pretending. Her eyes glimmered in the low light. Then tell me what you want. I want to wait for Liam and go home. You're lying. I looked away. You're married. A two-way. Man who doesn't see me anymore, she said, her tone sharp before softening. Edward is always gone. Even when he's here, he's not. I tried to steady my voice. That's between you two. Maybe, but it still hurts. Do you know what it feels like to live in the same house as someone and feel invisible? No. She leaned closer, her perfume enveloping me. Then you don't know loneliness. I forced myself to stand. I should wait outside for Liam. Her hand caught my wrist. Sit down. I froze, her grip warm and firm. Slowly I sat. Again, she released me, her fingers trailing lightly as they let go. Why do you always run from me? I'm not running. Yes, you are. Every time I move closer, you look for an escape. Because it feels wrong. Does it feel wrong? Or does it feel dangerous? I struggled to breathe evenly. Both. She tilted her head, studying me. You're loyal, Adrian. That makes you rare. I'm not rare. I'm just not stupid. Calling. Me stupid? No. I'm saying this is risky. Her lips curved in a faint smile. Risky things are often the most memorable. I shook my head. Why are you doing this? She leaned back, stretching her arm along the sofa behind me, her dress shifting to reveal more of her leg. Because I like honesty. Won't lie to me even when you try. I haven't lied. You just told me you wanted to wait outside. But your eyes are still on me. I shifted uncomfortably. You're imagining things, am I? Then look me in the eyes right now and tell me you feel nothing. Her gaze locked on mine. My chest tightened. I can't do that. Exactly. She smiled faintly. You feel it too. I exhaled sharply. This is insane. You're 21. Don't pretend you haven't wanted something you couldn't have. Her words hit too close. That doesn't mean I act on it. She leaned in, her voice low and steady. So tell me, what's the thing you wanted but never took? I hesitated. Doesn't matter. It does to me. I'm not telling you. Her lips curved slightly. 'Cause it's me, isn't it? I jumped to my feet. You can't say that. Why not? 'Cause it's true. Because Liam trusts me. I won't betray him. Her laughter was soft, almost mocking. You think Liam notices me? I doesn't. To him, I'm just... Mom, you're the only one who sees me as a woman. That doesn't give me permission to act like it. You're more disciplined than most men your age. She picked up her glass, swirling the wine, but discipline only lasts so long. You don't know me as well as you think. Eyes narrowed, curious. Then show me. Tell me who you are. I'm the guy who won't ruin my best friend's family, even if that family is already cracked. Even then, she sipped her wine, her lipstick staining the glass. You're stronger than Edward. He hides from hard truths. You confront them, not competing with your husband. You remind me of him when he was young, she said quietly, almost to herself, before he turned cold. I rubbed my forehead. Isabel, please. Fine, I'll stop, she said, placing the glass down. She slid back into the sofa, crossing her arms. But answer one question honestly. I hesitated. What is it? She leaned toward me again, her eyes searching mine. Do you want me to stop? My throat tightened. Words failed me. Her smile was faint, knowing. That's what I thought. I gritted my teeth. This can't go on, yet you're still here. Because Liam is my friend. I can't leave without saying goodbye. She reached out, fingers grazing my hand. Loyalty is admirable, but desire is stronger. I pulled my hand back. Not stronger than friendship. You really believe that? Yes, her eyes softened. Then maybe I was wrong about you. I forced myself to stand again. Maybe you were. She looked up at me, the corner of her mouth lifting. Or maybe you're exactly who I thought you were, just afraid to admit it. The air thickened. I tried to step away, but she stood and blocked me. Her hand found mine, slow and deliberate. You remind me of the man I should have married, she whispered. The words hit me like a blow. My pulse hammered in my ears. My hand trembled inside hers, and for a moment I didn't pull away. I sat at the kitchen counter, trying to focus on the cereal bowl in front of me. Isabel stood at the sink, humming softly, while the morning sun poured in through the window. Her dress clung to her figure in a way that made me regret ever agreeing. To stay the weekend? You're quiet again, she said, glancing over her shoulder. I'm eating, I muttered. You used to talk non-stop at this table. What happened? I grew up. Her laugh was low and teasing. Grown men don't avoid conversation. They lead it. I looked up. I don't have anything to say. Her eyes lingered on me. Or maybe you're afraid of what you... I'd say I set the spoon down. You like doing this, don't you? Doing what? She dried her hands and turned toward me, pushing me, her lips curved. You make it too easy. I shook my head. You shouldn't wear things like that around me. Why not? It's just a dress. It's not just a dress. Her smile widened. So, you have noticed I clenched my jaw. That's exactly what I'm talking about. She stepped closer, resting her hand lightly on the counter. Maybe I like being noticed. Before I could respond, Liam burst through the doorway. His usual grin plastered across his face. Breakfast squad still alive? Good. I thought Mom would burn the kitchen down without me. I forced a laugh, relief flooding through me. Isabel's hand slid off the counter, her expression instantly shifting into one of casual motherhood. You think so little of me? She asked him playfully. Come on, Mom. We both know you hate cooking. He ruffled my hair as he walked past me. What's with you? You look like you saw a ghost. I'm fine, I said quickly. Liam pulled a chair beside me. You don't sound fine. Long night? Something like that? He grabbed a slice of toast from the counter. You need to loosen up. To go out tonight. At the bar. Maybe meet some people, I don't know. Of course you don't. That's why I'm deciding for you. I tried to laugh again, but Isabel's eyes met mine across the counter. Her smile was subtle, secret, and it twisted in my chest like guilt. Later that afternoon, the three of us sat in the living room. Liam sprawled on the floor with a controller in his hand, shouting at the screen. I sat on the couch, trying to concentrate on the game, but Isabel sat beside me, close enough that her arm brushed mine every time she shifted. Adrian, your turn, Liam called, tossing me the second controller. I caught it. My focus split between the flashing screen and the warmth of Isabel's skin against mine. You're going down, Liam laughed. I forced a smirk. We'll see. The game began, but my attention was shot. Isabel leaned in, her voice low enough for only me to hear. You're tense. Relax. I'm fine, I whispered back. Your grip on that controller says otherwise. I shot her a sharp glance, but she only smiled, her lips curving in a way that felt like both invitation and victory. Stop whispering back there, Liam teased, his eyes still on the screen, plotting against me. Something like that. Isabel answered lightly. My chest tightened. Moments later, her hand brushed against my arm. It lingered. My pulse spiked. I knew I should move, but I didn't. Got you, Liam shouted. Shoving his character across the screen, I dropped the controller, cursing under my breath. Wow, sore loser, Liam said. Laughing, I forced a laugh to match his, but Isabel's fingers grazed my sleeve again. Every second she held that touch, guilt gnawed deeper. The round ended. Liam threw his hands up in triumph.
Ow.
You two don't stand a chance against me. You're too competitive, Isabel teased him. Where do you think I get it from? He shot back. Her laugh sounded innocent, but when her eyes slid to mine, the weight of it made me look away. I stood quickly. I need some water. Bring me one too, Liam called after me. In the kitchen, I gripped the counter hard, breathing fast. The glass shook in my hand as I filled it with water. Isabel's voice came from behind me. You're running? Again, I turned sharply. What are you doing? She stepped closer, her voice low. Nothing he notices. Nothing he'll ever notice unless you tell him. This is wrong, I said, trying to sound firm. Then stop me. I should. You won't, she said softly, her eyes searching mine. Because you feel it too. My chest pounded. I don't know what I feel anymore. She reached out, her fingers brushing mine as I held the glass. You know, I pulled back, nearly spilling the water. Liam's in the other room. Trusts you, she whispered. That's exactly why this has to stop. Her smile returned, slow and deliberate. Trust makes it exciting. Footsteps approached. Liam entered with a grin. You two conspiring in here without me. I nearly dropped the glass. Just water. Good. Bring it back. I'm dying. He grabbed his bottle and walked out again, humming to himself. Turned back to Isabel, my voice sharp. This ends now. She stepped close, her breath brushing my ear. He'll never know if you don't tell him. The glass trembled in my hand as her words sank deep, more dangerous than any touch. Asterisk the house was quiet. Liam had gone out with friends, leaving me alone with her. I sat at the table, pretending to scroll through my phone. My pulse betrayed me. You're restless, Isabel said, leaning against the doorway. I'm fine. You've said that every time I've asked, because it's true. She walked over, the sound of her heels sharp against the floor. You don't look fine. You look trapped. Maybe I am. Her eyes lingered on me before she reached for my collar. This button is crooked. I grabbed her wrist. I can fix my own shirt.
Ow.
Her smile was soft. Then why haven't you? I didn't notice. I notice everything, she said, adjusting the button anyway. Her fingers brushed my chest, slow, deliberate. I stepped back. Don't? What? You know exactly what? Think too much, and you don't think enough. She tilted her head. Or maybe I think about things you're too afraid to say out loud. I set the phone down. This isn't a game, not playing you are. She moved. Closer. Tell me you don't feel it, and I'll stop. I swallowed hard. Doesn't matter what I feel. It matters to me. Why you're married? Her voice dropped lower. Married isn't the same as loved. The words hit harder than I expected. I stayed silent. She touched my sleeve, fingers sliding slowly down my arm. Do you ever think about what you want, Adrian? Not what's right, not what's safe, what you want. I don't have that luxury. You do now. I pulled away. Why are you doing this? 'Cause I'm tired of being invisible. Not invisible. To you, she whispered. I looked at her, trying to hold on to reason. This is wrong. Wrong feels a lot like alive when you've been numb for years. Her hand lifted, brushing my hair back from my forehead. The touch burned more than it should have. I caught her wrist again, but softer this time. You can't keep doing that. Doing what? Making me forget who you are? She laughed quietly, but it wasn't joy. Who am I then? Liam's mother. I'm also a woman who has dreams no one asks about anymore. I let go of her wrist. What dreams? Her eyes flickered, a shadow passing through them. I wanted to travel, to dance, to feel alive. Instead, I wake up, cook, clean, and wait for everyone else to need me. No one ever asks what I need. Voice cracked slightly, and for the first time, I saw the weight she carried. That's not fair, I said quietly. Life isn't fair, she answered. But sometimes we get a choice to take what we want, even if it isn't ours. Her fingers reached for my wrist, holding it lightly. She didn't let go. You should stop, I whispered. Do you want me to? Yes. Her grip didn't. Lucine, say it like you mean it. I opened my mouth, but the words caught in my throat. You can't, she murmured. I pulled my hand free. I can't because Liam trusts me. And you trust me, she countered. That's not the same. It feels the same to me. She stepped closer again, her presence overwhelming. My back brushed the wall. This is insane, I said. Then stop me. I turned my head, refusing to look at her. I can't. Why not? Because every time you touch me, I forget why I should. Her lips curved faintly. That's honesty. This will ruin everything. Maybe everything needs to be ruined before something real can begin. You're talking about your son's best friend. I'm talking about you, she whispered, her fingers resting on my chest. My breath caught. Isabel, please. Her eyes locked on mine. Please what? Don't do this to me. Do what? Make you feel alive. I shut my eyes. You're playing with fire. Her voice was softer than ever, almost fragile. Then burn with me. I froze. The words hung heavy in the air, dangerous and intoxicating. You'll regret this, I said. I already regret every year I stayed silent. Her hand slid to my jaw, holding me there, forcing me to face her. Tell me to stop and I will. My pulse hammered in my ears. Her breath was warm against my skin. Wanted to push her away, but my hands stayed at my sides. She leaned closer, her lips inches from mine. Tell me to stop. Her voice still echoed in my head. Tell me to stop, and I will. Hadn't said it. The silence after that moment was louder than any words. I stood against the wall, my breath uneven, while Isabel's eyes searched mine. You didn't stop. Me, she said softly. I forced my voice out. I should have. But you didn't. You pulled away first, because I wanted to see if you'd pull me back. My chest tightened. I don't say things like that. Why? Because you're scared of wanting me? I stepped aside, needing air, because I do want you, and that's the problem. Her smile was small but knowing. Then the problem isn't me. It's your loyalty. Before I could answer, the front door opened. Liam's voice rang through the hall. Ma'am, Adrian. I jumped back. Isabel smoothed her dress, calm, as if nothing had happened. In here. She called out. Liam walked into the kitchen, dropping his keys on the counter. What are you two doing? I cleared my throat. Just talking. About what? His eyes flicked between us. School, I lied quickly. Isabel added. And how he always forgets to eat properly. Liam laughed. That's true. Live on takeout. I forced a laugh with him, but inside I was shaking. I had just lied to my best friend for the first time. Liam pulled a soda from the fridge. You staying over tonight? Yeah, I said, if that's fine. Of course, you're basically family. The word hit me like a knife. Family, if he only knew. When Liam left the room, Isabel leaned in and whispered so only I could. Here, you're not family to me. I froze, my heart slamming. Stop. She walked past me, her perfume brushing my senses. You don't want me to stop? Later that night, we sat in Liam's room playing video games, but I couldn't focus. My mind replayed every second in the kitchen. You're off tonight, Liam said. I'm fine. No, you're not. You've been zoning out since I got home. Just tired. He paused the game, turning toward me. You'd tell me if something was wrong, right? My throat tightened. I wanted to confess, to throw it all out before it grew worse. But the image of Isabel's eyes stopped me. Yeah, I said. Of course, he nodded, believing me. That trust felt heavier than any lie. We played until he yawned and tossed the controller aside. I'm crashing. You good? Yeah, I said again. He climbed into bed. Night, mate. Night. The room went dark, but I couldn't sleep. Every shift in the sheets reminded me Liam was a few feet away, trusting me like he always had. My chest ached with guilt. Hours passed. The house settled into silence. Then my phone buzzed on the nightstand. I reached for it quickly before Liam stirred. The screen lit up with a single message. Isabel, come outside. I need you, my breath. Caught. I stared at the words, my pulse racing. Asterisk, the message burned on my phone. Come outside. I need you. I slipped out of bed as quietly as I could. Liam shifted in his sleep but didn't wake. My heart pounded as I crept through the hallway, down the stairs, and out the back door. The night air was sharp against my skin. The garden stretched in silver shadows under the moon. She stood there waiting, her hair catching the light. You came, Isabel whispered. I swallowed hard. Why did you text me? Because I couldn't sleep. Because I knew you couldn't. Either. You shouldn't have called me out here. Then why are you here? Her eyes held mine, daring me to admit it. I don't know, I said. You know. She stepped closer, her voice low. You came because you wanted to. Wrong. Everything that feels alive is wrong when you're married to a man who stops seeing you. I shook my head. Don't do this. I'm not doing anything. I'm telling you the truth. What truth? That I feel something. When you're around, that when you look at me, I feel like a woman again. Not just someone's wife or someone's mother. My chest tightened. You can't say that to me. I just did. You don't understand what this puts me in. You think I don't? I live it every day. She reached out, her fingers brushing against mine. The touch was light, but it sent heat through me. Don't, I said. You don't move away. Because I'm an idiot. Or because you want this as much as I do. I pulled my hand back, running it through my hair. I can't betray him. You already are. Her words cut deep. I haven't done anything. You lied to. Him tonight. That was the first step. Don't pretend you don't feel the weight of it. I stared at her, unable to deny it. I trust me, and that's why it hurts so much. Because you know you'd give it all up for one night of honesty. With me, my voice cracked. Why are you doing this to me? It's because I'm lonely. Because I've been invisible for years. And because the way you look at me makes me believe I'm still worth wanting. Her confession tore through my defenses. This will destroy everything, I whispered. Then why are you still standing here? I couldn't answer. I couldn't move. She stepped closer. Close enough that the scent of her perfume filled me. Tell me to stop, she said, her eyes locked. On mine, say the word, and I'll walk back inside. My mouth opened, but nothing came out. Her hand rose to my chest, resting lightly over my heartbeat. You won't say it because this is the first time in a long time you felt something you can't control. I shouldn't feel this with you, but you do. Her face tilted upward, her lips only inches from mine. The world felt silent, the garden holding its breath. I wanted to run. I wanted to kiss her. I wanted both at once, and it was tearing me apart. I can't, I whispered. You can. Her hand slipped down my arm, fingers sliding until they found mine again. This time I didn't pull away. You're dangerous, I said, and you're already mine. The words hit me harder than the touch. My grip tightened around her hand without meaning to. I'm crossing a line I can't uncross, I said. Then cross it. Stop pretending you haven't already. The silence between us grew heavy, filled with everything we didn't say out loud. I knew I should turn, walk back into the house, and end this before it began. But I stayed. Her eyes searched mine, waiting for me to take the final step. I leaned in, just enough to feel the warmth of her breath. The moment stretched, charged, unbearable. Then the sound shattered it. The back door creaked open, Adrian. Liam's voice carried into the night. Asterisk, the garden froze. Liam's voice sliced through the night. Adrian, you out here? My hand dropped from Isabel's. My pulse hammered in my throat. I'm here, I called back, forcing my voice steady. Liam stepped onto the patio, rubbing his eyes. What are you doing? Too? She smiled, soft and perfect. I came out for some water and saw him standing here. I thought he looked lost. Her lie flowed without hesitation. Liam frowned. Lost? Just thinking, I added quickly. He yawned. Dad! Come inside before you both freeze. We followed him back in. My chest felt like it might crack. Open. Isabel's hand brushed mine one last time before she drifted toward the stairs. Her eyes caught mine, sparking with silent fire. At the table the next morning, the weight of her glances crushed me. She sat across from me, sipping coffee slowly, her lips glistening against the rim of the cup. Every time I looked up, she was watching me. Liam laughed about some news he'd read, and all I could see was her mouth. Liam noticed my silence. "You good, man?" "Yeah, just tired." "Adrian barely slept," Isabel said smoothly, her tone protective. "Then you should." "Nap later," Liam replied. "Unburt." Her foot brushed mine under the table. The jolt sent my fork clattering against the plate. Liam raised an eyebrow. "You okay?" "Yeah, sorry, clumsy." Isabel's lips curled into the faintest smile as she cut her toast. I wanted to leave the table. I wanted to stay. Both at once. When Liam went to take a call, Isabel leaned slightly toward me. Her whisper sliced the air. "You feel it too?" My throat tightened. "Stop. I won't. You'll ruin me." Her eyes lingered, steady and unshaken. "You're already ruined." I pulled back, my chair scraping. Liam returned, looking between us. "What's going on?" "Nothing," I said quickly. He shrugged, sitting back down. "You two are acting weird." "No one's acting weird," Isabel said smoothly, not missing a beat. Dinner that night was worse. The kitchen glowed warm, but my insides churned. Liam poured wine, chatting about work, while Isabel's leg pressed against mine beneath the table. I stiffened, but she didn't move. "So Adrian," Liam said, chewing thoughtfully, "you've known me longer than anyone, I can tell you." "This," I forced myself to meet his eyes. "What is it?" he sighed, voice low. "My parents, they're not good. Dad stays out late, Mom cries a lot, I think they're breaking." The words struck like a hammer. Betrayal sat in my chest, choking me. I was becoming exactly what had destroyed his home. "I'm sorry," I said. He gave a sad laugh. "Don't be. It's their mess, not mine. Just promise me if you ever see me becoming like him, you'll stop me." My hand tightened around the glass. "Of course." He leaned closer, voice barely above a whisper. "Promise me, Adrian." Never hurt me, right? The table blurred as guilt stabbed deeper than anything Isabel had said. The door slammed upstairs, shaking the walls. Edward's voice thundered. "Isabel, how long were you planning to hide this?" I froze halfway down the hallway. Isabel's door burst open, and she stormed out, her eyes blazing. "You went through my things?" she shouted. "You left them where anyone could see," Edward snapped. "The lies, the receipts, the hotel rooms. What were you thinking?" "Stay out of my life." He grabbed her wrist. "Your life is dragging everyone down. Liam deserves to know what kind of sister he has." I stepped forward. "Let her go." Edward's eyes cut to me. "Of course you're here. Always here." "Why?" "Because you're being cruel. I'm being honest." He let go of her, but his glare stayed locked on me. "And maybe Liam should start asking why you defend her so much." Isabel's breath caught. She looked at me, panic mixing with something darker. "Don't." Edward smirked. "Secrets rot, Adrian. You know that better than anyone." He walked away, leaving the air thick with poison. Isabel turned to me, her voice sharp. "He'll tell Liam. He'll destroy me." "Maybe he should," I whispered. Her hand shot to my chest. "But you don't mean that." "I do." Her grip tightened. "You've wanted me since the moment you walked through that door. You stayed in the garden when you should have walked away. You let me touch you when you knew it was wrong. Don't stand here and act righteous now." My chest burned. "I wanted you, yes, but I never wanted this." "You wanted me enough to lie for me," she hissed. "You wanted me enough to betray him every time you kept my secret." Footsteps creaked on the stairs. Liam appeared, confusion etched on his face. "What's going on?" Isabel straightened instantly. "Nothing." Edward's in one of his moods again. Liam frowned. He was shouting. "What did he say?" "Nothing that matters," she said quickly. His eyes shifted to me. Adrian, my throat closed. "It's fine." Liam studied me, suspicion creeping in. "Why do I feel like you're hiding something?" "'Cause you're tired," Isabel cut in. "Because you're hearing things you shouldn't." He didn't answer. He just walked away slowly, glancing back at me with a look that stripped the skin from my chest. Later that night, Isabel slipped into my room, shutting the door behind her. Her whisper was sharp. If you let Edward talk, I'm finished. You know what he'll do with it? And stop giving him things to use. Against you. She stepped closer, her body almost brushing mine. You think I care about Edward? You think I care about anyone but you? You care about destroying me, I muttered. She touched my face, her breath hot. I care about making you mine. You're already halfway there. Don't pretend otherwise. I grabbed her wrist, pulling her hand away. I can't keep doing this. You already are. The door creaked. Liam's voice echoed from the hallway. Adrian, can I talk to you? Panic shot through me. Isabel slipped into the corner, silent as stone. Yeah, I called. Liam stepped in, his expression heavy. I need you to be straight with me, Edward said. Isabel's been lying. He said you know more than you're saying. My pulse roared. Edward likes drama. Then tell me the truth. I swallowed hard. There's nothing to tell. His jaw tightened. You'd never lie to me, right? I forced myself to hold his gaze. Never. He nodded slowly. Good, because if I ever found out you did, I don't think I could forgive it. He left the door clicking shut. Isabel emerged from the shadows, her smile cutting like glass. You saved me, she whispered. No, I said, my voice breaking. I damned myself. The next day, the house erupted. Edward cornered Liam, throwing accusations like fire. Isabel shouted back, lies unraveling faster than she could weave them. Liam turned to me. Is it true? Every eye fell on me. My silence was the answer. Liam's face crumpled, rage and heartbreak colliding. You knew? I tried to speak. Liam, listen. He cut me off, his voice shaking. You were supposed to be my brother, but you were just another secret. The room fell silent. My chest hollowed out, and I knew nothing would ever repair it.